For our first experiment in frame-to-frame animation, we're going to create a new document and use the preset of social, square, 600 by 600 pixels, and the frame rate 24 and action script 3.0. Create. Okay, so let me just fit the window, and I'm gonna rename my first layer line and add a new layer called animation. So in the first layer line, I'm gonna draw a simple line, and I'm gonna have this indicate the animation for my. I'm gonna draw a line, and I'm gonna draw a line across my stage, and this will indicate the path for my circle to animate in. I'm just thicken the stroke. Gonna lock before I lock it, I want my line to start from 0 to 1 second. So if I click the 1 second, so if I go to frame 24, we click F5, and automatically Adobe Animate added frames for me from the start to 1 second. Now for my animation, I'm going to draw a circle, so I'm going to use the oval tool. Just let me lock the line layer and go to the animation layer, draw a circle. Okay. Just going to remove the outline, so double click and then delete. So now I have the perfect circle. Okay. Before you get started, just make sure that your auto keyframe is on. So click this icon, auto keyframe. And what this does is whenever I add or change something in my stage, it's going to automatically add a keyframe. Okay, so before I start animating, let me just position my circle at the center of the line. And I'm going to add frames also in the 1 second mark, so F5. And now I'm going to start moving my circle. What I want is to get it slowly animating in the first part of the line, and then in the second third of the line I want it to move fast and then move slow at the end. So I'm going to move it slowly at the start. And then as I go to the other frames, I'm going to have the spacing to be more. Okay. One method to keep my work easy is to use the onion skinning. So there's a button here, onion skin. When I click on it, I'm going to choose the advanced settings, and I'm going to have my range to be, let's just try all frames, so I could see all the movement of my circle. And I could also choose to only maybe have the previous 2 frames or the next 2 frames. And what I like to do is keep the colors very obvious, so I have neon green and blue. Let me have all frames. This will be good. Okay. And notice in your timeline it changes, so you have these indicators, and I can adjust them and choose selected range, and now it's less. And I can increase the number of frames that are in the next frames that show, or increase and decrease the number of frames that are before. So this helps a lot when you're animating, so you know what's before and after. Okay, let's move this more. And now I want it to slow in, so I'm going to have the spacing to be closer together. So if you want to see all the frames, just going to drag this. Notice at the start I have small spacing, and in the middle I have bigger spacing, and at the end I have smaller spacing. So now if I play this, it's going to be slow in this area, and then quick in this area, and then slow again. So this keeps things interesting. So if I were going to have the same spacing throughout my circle, it's not going to look as good if I vary in the spacing. Okay, let me turn off my onion skin and play. So click this icon, play. Okay, so let me turn on the loop so it keeps looping, and drag this so